Hey boys and girls, I'm 13 here. I'm not sure if this is going to my regular channel or my Patreon. We will see. There's me. Look at me. Aren't I handsome? I'm handsome. I'm a handsome guy. I'm a handsome. That's what I said. I just woke up. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. A little bit late, actually. Everyone was late. Told everyone ready to ride at 6. It's 6:11. It's the final day, so they all don't care about my rules anymore. They're just like, oh, M says it's the final day, what is he gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take them straight back to their hotel with no lunch. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. I was talking about that just with one of the guests. I'm like, you know, at least with me, you get like a real person, you know, like most tour guides, they're paid to be nice, so they got this fake smile all the time, and they're just like, they're always gonna be polite. Not with me. I have no problem bitching at my guests. I'm not selling the tour, am I? But no, you know, it just makes it more, I don't know. Makes experience better? Probably not. Probably not, to be honest. I don't know. I've got perfect tours, perfect reviews, and people, and a high rate of comeback. And by that I mean guys coming on my back. It's actually quite disgusting. I should ride a bit slower because we just woke up. How's that view? You guys want to open up the visor? Unobstructed view. Got the whole what's that thing called? Oh, come on, I'll get it. Windmill. There you go. That was like the quickest I've ever remembered anything. They got a new thing in this town that we didn't try. We should have tried it because it's brand new. I don't know. We were pretty tired yesterday. They did a nice hike up a mountain. I got video footage of that I can edit in here. How cool was that footage? It really was cool. I got other cool footage of us like riding the roads. You want to see some of that? Shit, I got it for you right here. That was awesome. I didn't actually see it. I'm still riding a motorcycle, but I'm guessing that future self edited it in. So, yeah, yeah. I love the footage I got of them riding the roads. I can't see dick. My mirrors are covered in water. Oh, there you go. That helps. Hey, they're clean too now for the first time. These mirrors have both been kind of like dusty for the longest time, and I keep telling myself, okay, on the next stop I'm gonna get some water and tissues and clean off the mirrors, just kind of like when I'm at home by myself. That was a masturbation joke, in case you missed that. That guy's shadow scared me because his shadow was fully in the oncoming lane. I'm like, whoa, that guy went wide around that corner, and then I look back and he's totally in his lane, but his shadow's way in the oncoming lane. That's kind of scary. Yeah, that'd be scary. Like if I didn't know they were following me, if I was just riding by myself and then I constantly saw shadows in the oncoming lane, I would assume that they were people trying to pass me, and I'd keep swerving to the right to let them go by. But yeah, these shadows just can't make up their mind. Now they're in front of me. They were to the right of me before. I thought the sun didn't move that much, but it must be zipping around the sky, because 1 second my shadow's on my right, then it's on the left, then it's in the middle. I didn't think this. The flat earthers are right. The flat earthers are right. It's been confirmed. Shadows aren't supposed to jump like that. There's some kind of mechanical malfunction with the sun today. The fake sun that only sits 20 kilometers away from the Earth. That's what they believe, by the way. They have a whole thing like, because like if you look at the way shadows fall in different countries, like that's how they figured out the size of the Earth way back when, or something like that. Or they figured out the Earth was round because, like, if you're a couple hundred miles away from one spot, then the shadows fall a little bit differently, so you can use that to figure out the angles to the sun or whatever, and then figure out the circumference of the Earth. But the math also adds up correctly, the math, if the sun's only like 20 kilometers away from the Earth or something like that. Because if it was only if it was that close to the Earth, then the shadows would still fall very differently, and you'd have different time zones and whatnot. So that's what they believe. Yep. I don't believe it. Don't worry, I'm not a flat earther. I believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, but flat earther is not one of them. But it's interesting reading their explanations for everything. I just started up smoking again, so I got a bit of a smoker's cut. No, I don't smoke. I just swallowed some spit. But I thought telling you I smoked sounded cooler than I just swallowed my own spit. Oh, beautiful dog. That was funny. And the mother and the daughter that were walking the dogs, they both had like super long hair, and then the dogs had super long hair. It was like a whole matching family. I hope I'm still recording, because I'm talking like that. Yeah, I am. Whew. I did not get enough sleep last night. I mean, maybe I should just wake up early and do all my vlogs like this. I totally did not get enough sleep. I went to bed super early, and I was all proud of myself, because we woke up at 5 a.m., so I went to bed at 9, and I'm like, that's 8 hours sleep. Was it 9? Yeah, 9-ish. And I was like, I'm going to get like 8 hours sleep. That's great. And I was exhausted too. And then I had a bad dream. And I woke up at like midnight, and I couldn't get back to sleep again until like 2:30 or something. It woke me up for 3 hours. Yeah, I watched an episode of The Ranch on Netflix with Ashton Kutcher, and then I watched an Ashton Kutcher movie following it, gay much, called No Strings Attached. What is this car doing? Like, oh my God, is this? I honestly thought he was pulling off the road, because I'm like, there's no other reason for a guy to drive this slow. Just, coming by. Yeah, here it's pretty polite to honk here. You just honk at people to let them know you're going by. They should have passed that honk back to warn people behind us so the cars are coming, but they didn't. Again, no lunch for them. Yeah, so this is like, it's supposed to be like a European mountain town, because the roads look European, and the hotels look European, and the names of the hotels, some of them is European. This one's super expensive. It's like a British hotel, and it costs like, it's crazy money to stay there, like $300-400 US per night. I looked into it. That's like, I'd be like, it averages out on my tours. You pay me about $150 per day, and it's so cheap, because for $150 a day, you stay at hotels, some of which are 5-star hotels, and you get a vehicle that you rent, and you get all your meal, gas paid for, and activities. Like, if you do the math, try doing that, like, in any country on the planet. Well, no, I shouldn't say that, because like Cambodia. Okay, and a tour guide. Now try doing that math for any country on the planet. Try to get hotels, meals, activities, gasoline, and tour guide for $150 a day. You cannot get that anywhere, like even Cambodia, Vietnam, you name it. It's a cheap tour. For like all-inclusive, it's a cheap tour. This road is fucked in the middle, so I'm like pointing at it with my foot. Purple House. So yeah, this was one of my best tours. One of my best tours ever. I made a few changes, and I didn't know if they'd be good changes or bad changes, but they were all good. I should have trusted in myself. And it's funny because like every year my tour just gets better and better, and pretty much every year I'm like, yeah, it's not going to get better than this. This is the best possible tour I could ever create. And this year I made a few changes because I did a few private tours with with just like two people hire, like a boyfriend and girlfriend hire me, or husband and wife hire me, or I had two gay guys from Denmark hire me, and then they were on the honeymoon. Shout out to the two gay Danes. Oh my God, that's so depressing. I'm Alex and Casper. It took me a little while to remember their names, and I felt so bad. I felt really bad because I really liked them. We got along well. I thought they were really cool, but then I forget their names, and I think they stayed with me for like a month. Oh, I don't know. They stayed with me for like a while. We did like a 3 or 4 day tour around the island, but they lived at my house for another like 3 weeks after that. So you'd think I'd know their names, and I did in the end. It just took me a little while. I'm old. Yeah. So what? So yeah. So I use those little mini tours sometimes to experiment a bit. So and I made one of the things I did with the two gay Danes was. I woke up earlier, like for days, because there was a couple of days. The time that they did their tour was a time of year where you get afternoon thunder showers, like afternoon rain, but it's always sunny in the morning and it rains in the afternoon. So for their tour, I said, well, let's try to miss as much of the rain as possible. Let's get to the hotel as early as possible. So let's wake up as early as possible. And we were waking up at like 4:30 in the morning on their tour. And it made everything so much better because we skipped all the traffic. Like, look at this road. We're riding at actually a pretty good pace. And that's another great thing about this group is they all ride well. Like, you guys might remember on my Facebook page, I commented one of the riders had no experience and he didn't.
Okay, so the battery died, but let me finish that story. Yeah, we had one guy who at the very start of the tour couldn't even ride in a straight line without, like, going off the road. Like, just a straight line. He was jerking the handlebars left, right, trying to figure out how to go straight. That's how bad he was. He was one of the worst, top 3 worst riders I've had for the first, like, 2 minutes of riding. Because normally, some people, they've never ridden before, but they can at least just get on a scooter and go in a straight line because it's not that hard. But anyways, but he turned out to be absolutely fine. By the end of the tour, he was flying along. It's absolutely amazing. It blows my mind that people come out not knowing how to ride at all, and 10 days later are a better rider than 80% of the people in their home country. And it sounds incredible, but it's true because a lot of people come from countries that are just mostly straight roads. So I've met a lot of riders from big cities where the roads are all straight. 604 Honda can't even do like the simplest of curves in the road. And yeah, if someone like 6'4" who can barely turn a motorcycle came out and did my tours, I'd beat the crap out of him because he's a douchebag. No, I'm just kidding. No. Well, I'm kidding that I wouldn't let him come on my tour in the first place. But anyways, if someone like him came out and did my tour, 10 days later, they'd be an amazing rider that could do curves and everything. So, yeah. So it was incredible. By the end of the tour, he was just as quick as, if not quicker than, some of the other riders in the group who had all had years of riding experience. And I'm just going to end with that.